Alright, the San Antonio Spurs scored the third most points per game in the entire NBA this season. They were a machine, an offense that hung 120 on people night after night. And in game 1 of the finals, the Knicks held them to 95. So here's the question. How do you take the best offense in basketball and simply switch it off? Because everyone wants to talk about the Spurs missing shots, but that's only half the story. The other half is that the Knicks have built something specifically designed to make you miss. A wall of long, switchable, relentless wings. And in game 1, that wall did exactly what it was built to do. So let's break down the defense that broke a juggernaut. This is Game is Culture. Real quick before we get into it, if you like breakdowns that actually show the math instead of just yelling takes at you, go hit subscribe. It's free and it genuinely helps, so click it. First, let's measure how far the Knicks dragged this offense down. All season, San Antonio averaged nearly 120 points a game, one of the most explosive offenses in the league. In game 1, the Knicks held them to 95. That is almost 25 points below their season average, so this wasn't an off night. It was a demolition of an entire identity. And the efficiency tells the same story. This was a top 4 offense in points per possession. The Knicks held them to 36% shooting from the field and a miserable 26% from 3. So San Antonio didn't just score less, they became a bad offense for one night against a defense engineered to do exactly that. So what actually makes this Knicks defense so suffocating? It starts with personnel, because New York can throw out a wall of long, switchable wings who can each guard almost anybody. OG Anunoby, an elite, positionless stopper. Mikal Bridges, all length and discipline. And Josh Hart, all hustle and havoc. 3 players who can switch 1 through 4 without giving up an inch. And here's why that matters against a young team. Because young offenses live on advantages. They want a mismatch, a switch they can attack, a closeout they can blow by. But when every defender can guard every position, those advantages just disappear. There's no weak link to hunt. So the Spurs' actions kept dying with nowhere to go. So San Antonio's offense got stuck in the mud. The drives met a wall. The passing lanes were clogged by long arms. And with nothing easy available, the Spurs did what stuck offenses always do. They settled. They jacked up 43 contested threes and bricked 32 of them. That's not just a cold night. That's a defense forcing bad decisions. And the wall didn't just contest. It took the ball away. Because all those active hands turned into turnovers. The Knicks forced 13 of them, while committing just 8 themselves. Josh Hart alone had 4 steals. So the defense didn't only make the Spurs miss, it ended their possessions early and turned San Antonio's mistakes into easy New York offense on the other end. And this is the quiet genius of a wing-heavy defense. It plays offense on the defensive end. Every deflection, every steal, every forced turnover is a transition bucket waiting to happen. So while the Spurs were grinding for every contested point, the Knicks were getting free ones off the very chaos their defense created. And the single number that captures the whole night is this: 25.6%. That's what San Antonio shot from 3 on 43 attempts. A team that good, taking that many threes and making 1 in 4, that doesn't happen by accident. That's what a great defense looks like when the box score finally catches up to it. Real quick though, if you've made it this far, you've really gotta hit subscribe. I'm not gonna beg, but I am gonna ask, so hit it and I'll wait. And to really see it, watch where the offense died. Start with the engine. Wembenyama, the best young player alive, shot 6 for 21. Because every time he caught it, the wall collapsed. A long defender in front, help waiting behind, and nowhere clean to go. The Knicks made the best player on the floor earn every single inch and turned his easy looks into contested ones. And when you choke off the star, you choke off everyone. Because the Spurs role players feast on the space Wembenyama normally creates. Take that space away and the whole ecosystem dries up. Castle, 7 of 16. Vassell, 4 of 11. Fox, 3 of 13. The wall didn't stop one man. It starved the entire offense all at once. And that's the signature of a truly connected defense. It doesn't just guard the basketball, it guards the next pass and the pass after that. New York rotated on a string, recovered to shooters, and never broke for 48 minutes. So the most explosive offense in the league spent an entire night looking completely, utterly ordinary. Now here's why this should scare San Antonio more than the loss itself. Because a cold shooting night regresses. It gets better next game. But a great defense doesn't go away. The Knicks' length, their switching, their discipline, all of that travels to game 2, and game 3, and game 4. So the Spurs can't just assume the points come back. They have to actually solve a defense that's built to take them away all series long. And it explains how New York stole a road game while shooting under 42% themselves. Because when your defense holds the best offense in the league to 95, you don't need to be great on offense. You just need to be good enough. The wall does the heavy lifting. The offense just has to clear a very low bar. So map what the Knicks actually are, and the shape is lopsided in a beautiful way. Elite perimeter defense, switchable, positionless length, active hands forcing turnovers, real rebounding from the wings. The offense is solid, not spectacular, but the defense is championship grade, and defense is what travels in June. But let's be fair about the other side. Because not every one of those 43 threes was a great contest. Some were simply open looks that San Antonio normally makes. So part of holding them to 95 was genuinely elite defense. And part of it was the Spurs missing shots they'll probably hit on Friday. Honest analysis has to give credit to both. And the Spurs have answers if they're disciplined. Attack the rim instead of settling. Move the ball faster before the wall can set. Get Wembenyama touches before the help arrives. So the wing wall is real, and it's terrifying, but it is not unsolvable. The best young offense in the league gets another crack at it with a game's worth of film. So I'm going to leave it with you. Did the Knicks defense break the Spurs? Or did the Spurs just miss and the defense gets the credit? Because the answer decides whether New York can do this 4 times in a series. So tell me down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe. We're in a race to 1,000 subscribers, so please join the family.